Hi. Curious, what was your first memory? I like to ask people about their first memory, and I get a lot of different answers. One of my friends told me that her first memory is being in a walker, a baby walker that rolls around, and her grandparents were cared for her, and they told her, don't go over here. And she remembers that she did go over there, and she fell off the cement and into the dirt. I believe it was my son told me that he remembers crying in the crib. And my daughter just remembers one day realizing that she existed. And somebody had told me about had missed the floaty in the pool and went underwater, and they were in the water and somebody snatched them up. And my grandfather told me that he remembers them going around the neighborhood to install electricity. And when they got to his house, when they finished, what was left was this metal flap, like a retractable flap in the ceiling. And when you pull it back, there was a light bulb socket. And they didn't have, light bulbs at the time. So he was curious about what it was and what it did, and he put a bobby pin in there. So I'm guessing he got the shock of his life. And he remembers jumping off the hay loft in the barn onto piles of hay and pointing to his cousin, jump there. And his cousin jumped there, and he landed on a pole on his back and hurt himself. Anyways, I'd be really curious to know all your different first memories. My first memory wasn't pleasant. I was 1 year old, and my father was changing my diaper, and I was molested. I knew something wasn't right about it. And so that's come to shape a lot of my future beliefs about myself, my self-worth. I mean, obviously I was just an innocent baby, and I didn't know anything about anything. And I'm really glad that I was able to validate that was a true memory. I was able to even confront the person involved and give an explanation, which of course didn't make sense. Like, oh, you want to know why I did what I did? It was because I was mad at your mom. It's like, that's not an answer. But that just led me to understand that he wasn't healthy. But until I was able to make that confrontation in my adulthood, I didn't really know him, and so I built a lot of beliefs about myself and about what sex meant to a man, especially that he would be willing to affect the sense of security and well-being of his own daughter for some selfish gain. So that caused a warp in my belief system. So anyway, that's my first memory, and please feel free to share with us what was your first memory.